Alright, welcome back to the quarterfinals game of this month's MSEM GP. Playing Mono Red against Zangy, who is on Ninjas, which is probably a bad matchup for me. I'm going to, and they're on the play too due to seeding. But yeah, they have Profane Emissary, which is a 4/4 with lifelink. So that's not good for me. And that thing can fetch Jejun, which is a 4 mana with asterisks, 6/6 with lifelink, which is also really not good for me. Wait, they have to go to 5. That's really bad for them. So if I had a mountain here, this would be a great keep. Unfortunately, I can't. I don't have a mountain, so I don't think I can afford to keep this. Or can I? So what does my curve look like right now? Turn 1, Firehearth tapped, suitor. I guess I just need to pray to top deck an untap land next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is like, I'm not sure if I should keep this hand or not. Because I can easily imagine this going super wrong if I don't, or if I like mulligan down. So is this a speed game or a resources game? Like, do I need to outrace them? Do I need to outspeed them in some way? And I think the answer is yes. Enough of the time where I guess I mulligan this. Oof, huh. Well, that's only got a lot worse for me. Yeah, they're also playing a deck that wants to trade down on resources, so not having many resources is really bad for me too. And like they get to so their mana base, the way they built their mana base means that they have turn 1 tapped, which would be good for me if I had any 1-drops, but I don't. So I have a bunch of Firehearth Halls. I'm not sure if that does anything for me. They don't have a 1-drop or 2-drop, or they don't have an untapped 2-drop. Okay, well, Neon Clyde Knight is probably going to get killed here, but I have to run it out anyways. Oh yeah, they also have a removable spout that gains them life. Why mid to okay, yeah, that's quite annoying for me. So they have a removal spell that also gains them life, so like they have lots of like life gain in their deck. And usually I would say that like my deck is alright against life gain just because it can stack up so much extra damage through Neon Claw Knight and friends. But the problem here is that they also have they can also interact really well into my stuff. So I mean, I think I have to do this, and then I just hope that whatever they put down with this thing isn't too threatening. I mean, it's most likely going to trade with Neon Claw. Oh. Okay, so they're probably playing end of turn or putting down end of turn Profane Emissary and then fetching the demon on their turn, which means that they get to gain back up to all their life, and that's really bad for me. I mean, I guess I suspend Storm Surge and then just hope that Amplify plus Storm Surge kills the Profane Emissary before it can go too nuts. Yep, exactly what I expected. I have no instant speed things. I don't know why they're asking me for stuff. So they fetch pull-up pools. I mean, if they have a second Profane Emissary, I think I lose here. They're definitely going to swing here, right? If they swing, they go up. I mean, like, if they don't swing, I actually do get a chance to blow this thing up before they can take advantage of it. But if they do swing, then that negates, like, 1 turn's worth of damage for my guys. I mean, it does technically leave them vulnerable, but they still have Monument up. So it's still not even good for me. And unfortunately, I don't have instant speed things that I can use to react to their stuff. Oh, well, what a good time to draw all my lands right after. I mean, I'm actually doing somewhat fine. I animate Firehearth Hall's swing and then see what Scorch does for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to be doing here. I kind of just need to do this and hope that it works out. I mean, like, if they're just going to, or what are they putting down to block? Beginning of combat? Okay. Do they have flash things that they can do at beginning of combat? Oh, yeah. Removal spout that gains life is certainly something that they can do here. And unfortunately, it's not like I can really do much against that. So, yeah. And they also have Monument, I guess. Well, I mean, at least this thing just blocks. That thing has first strike though, so like, I don't know why they're trading here. All right, sure. I mean, it's double strike, so I don't know why they're trading here. Yeah, exactly. Why did you think it was a 2/2? So I mean, they're up to 21. And they're down to 19, and I kind of need to kill this thing. So I guess my best bet here is to, or like, do I have to kill this? Yeah, I kind of have to. And I have to hope that they're out I mean, they only have 1 card left in hand. Maybe they are out resources. And the problem right now is that I'm also almost out resources. I mean, a 1/1 is also like fine, I guess. To like, or my guys can't push damage, right? So like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but Yeah, I'm definitely not super happy with this outcome. I don't think I can beat a Theocracy. Or is that? Oh, the Satrapies. Oh, okay, that's really bad. Aberrant Apostles, are they still keeping that? Are they still going to be keeping that in their deck post board? Okay, they fetch out a Miralai. That thing does die to removal off the top if I find it. Like maybe that does something for me. What? It's another mountain. Yeah, I mean, okay, if they have like monument stuff and then they kill my Firehearth Halls, then like, yeah, I can't really do much about that. They are down to 12 though. I mean, that's something. I get to swing with 2 Firehearth Halls next turn. Miralai can fetch another monument. Theocracy probably also flip something important. Like they can flip a Profane Emissary, and I think that's lights out for me. Yep, that's a Profane Emissary. And they can also grab another monument, and then they have 2 monument activation. I don't think they need a second monument right now, so they're just going to grab Seraphina's gift and sculpt their hand next turn. Okay, what's my answer here? I mean, I can't complain about Find Greater Purpose. I think Amplify function actually matters more than an extra land here, so I guess I'll do it. I guess I'll do it like this. Do they have like counter spells? No, they don't. All right. Let's see. That kills Profane Emissary, and I get to swing in again, I guess. I mean, that still doesn't save me, but it's better than nothing, I guess. I didn't play land this turn, so I guess I just play out everything. Animate, yeah, play. Okay, I can play out everything this turn. I mean, Profane Emissary has to die here because otherwise they gain life and I lose. So this happens, and then this always happens, and I technically I can keep back Firehearth Hall to prevent a Miralai swing, but I actually go down to 2, so like they can't just. I mean, I'm not winning by staying back, so I just swing with everything and hope that it works out for me. They're going to end up Praxias me. Cool. They're just going to get back Profane Emissary and drop. Okay, well, whatever. I'm done here. Cool. I got a bad draw. I don't. I don't think. Like I don't think keeping my 7-card hand was correct, even though I got screwed over later. But if I kept my 7-card hand, if I didn't draw a second land, it would have turned out pretty poor for me too. So, anyways, post board, the main question here is: do I bring in Exhilarating Prescience? Because they're going to bring in even more life gain, and Prescience is my way to beat life gain. But on the other hand, they still have Aberrant Apostles, and I don't know if they're like, are they going to keep that thing in? Do they have better things to cut than Aberrant Apostles? Like this thing getting blown up is a huge problem for me. I guess I still bring it in because I can't beat a bunch of life gain from their side. So I don't want Find Greater Purpose because Exhilarating Prescience is already doing that. Like we're not doing a race game. Civ's Cost. They don't have base decks, so Civ's Cost is actually super effective against them. And then the question now is like, do I bring in Metal Munch? Like, because do I want to be blowing up monuments? There is a reason to blow up monuments, but I'm not sure if that's good enough. So Hatchfills is interesting in that maybe playing point technique is better for blowing up monuments because it's instant speed and it randomly makes Firehearth Halls really powerful. Okay, what does Metal Munch blow up from their end? Miralai, I guess. They're not going to play Miralai on curve, right? Or I'm never going to get the chance to blow up Miralai. Yeah, I don't think Metal Munch is good here. I guess this comes in, and then I need to figure out what to bring out. I mean, usually I just bring out some removal, so like this gets cut. Its Hatchell's good against them. It kills some stuff. It doesn't kill that much stuff though. But I mean, it gets stuff on board, which is something that I want to happen. I can technically bring out creatures, but I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to cut too many Basalt Charms either, because that is kind of bad for me. Maybe just like only 2 Presciences, because I don't. What? I should be bringing in more Presciences if I'm afraid my Prescience is being blown up, right? Like I can do this, but this feels incorrect. I mean, like a 1/1 blocks Profane Emissary for a turn. That skills can also help me just blow up a 4 toughness guy. Maybe that's useful somewhere. And then I just do this. This feels incorrect, but I'm not sure what the correct thing to do here is. So, I mean, if I'm pouring out this much burn, I kind of need to bring in the Presciences to make up for that. So, like, so I guess I poured out 1 creature. We're not pouring out creatures here, right? I mean, doesn't Suitor get blocked by everything? No, like, it doesn't really get. I poured out Brazen. No, Brazen's good because it's instant speed, which I really need. I guess I poured out a Flame Point. That still feels incorrect. Yeah, fine. I guess I'll go with it. I guess I'll go with this since I'm boarding out. Do I need 3 Civ's Cost? Civ's Cost is really effective against them though, so but like I'm not really playing that game. This is probably incorrect, but I'll run it, I guess. And this hand only has one land, but like, I guess I'll keep this. I hope that works out, I guess. I hope they draw some lands eventually. They're mulliganing one landers. I don't have to mulligan one landers. They keep 6. Alright, I mean, that's good. I do get to open with the 1-drop though, which is nice. They don't have any 1s, so I just get to swing in uncontested on turn 1, which is useful for me. Actually, did I board out the second? Let me double check. Yeah, I didn't board in the second civ's cost. Alright, so like this is one of the situations where you keeping one land really, it doesn't really punish me that much, but I definitely don't like that I only have one land right now. At least I get to suspend Storm Surge so that if they play out any big things, I can still blow it up. Land top deck means I can Mercury and then Storm Surge whatever they play. They pass, so it's probably Enopraxias now. Come on. Okay, that's a mountain. That's useful. I mean, it's definitely, it's either Enopraxia's Endeavor or they're going to Psycho Fulfill the Contract. Because Fulfill the Contract has a cycling mode. Do I want to expose Mercury Dissident to Enopraxias? Because what am I doing instead if I don't play out a thing this turn? I guess I'm just holding up Brazen Sacrilege. Is that because I know my deck can definitely hold on to burn spells? But like the question here is, do I want to hold on to burn just to play on Enopraxias? Well, so like if I play out Rakiri Dissident and they Enopraxia me, what's the worst thing that happens? They untap, they slam Theocracy. That's still fine, right? I tried to blow up whatever thing they flip off Theocracy, and So like if I play Rakiri post combat, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to Enopraxia Suitor if I just swing with it. They're always going to save Enopraxias for the Rakiri Distant. So like I don't get any upside from trying to avoid that. Actually, I think I want Brazen plus Hatchels next turn if I get the mana for it. So I guess yeah, I do run out Rakiri Distant right now. And I hope that they're holding this Satrapy cycling thing instead of the removal spell. Nope. Did not dodge the Enopraxias. And they get to play out Monument, I guess. No, Aberrant. Well, good thing I didn't draw any presciences this game. Because I get to blow this thing up with Hatchiels, and that's really good for me. I got the mountain. I got the mountain too. Oh, wasn't there something I was thinking of? Oh, right. If I knew I was going to draw a land this turn, I could have Brazen on my upkeep and then gotten the Brazen to buff the Suitor trigger. How much damage am I pushing if I Brazen the Aberrant Apostle? So that's 5 damage in total, make 2 guys. That's lethal unless they do something to the board. And I have Scorch Rogars lined up. I mean, I can also just Brazen Rogars. No, that's... I'm missing out on damage if I do that. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm like confident enough in my ability to win next turn that I'm willing to just push damage this way. So Hatchild's face and get 2 guys from that and swing for 3. And they're down to 4, so I guess unless they have like Theocracy into the life gain guy, I think I just win next turn. I have 6 damage from hand plus this guy. I think I'm still safe here if I draw anything useful. Or I mean I just have 6 damage from hand. I think I'm safe. Or I just win here. Right, swing down to 6 and then no, that's 5 damage from hand. Okay, that's significantly less good for me. Let's see. The Rogar's Hatsuels, I guess, is my play here. And then try to do 5 damage again next turn. I think they might be able to stabilize from here just because I missed out on 1 turn of damage. But like they're still dealing with a board of 2 damage per turn. But yeah, significantly less good for me now. I mean, do I need to pump Hatsuels this turn? I can just Rogar's Hatsuels face. That puts them down to 3 and puts 3 guys on board. And then I don't think they're keeping discard in the deck afterwards, so I just have to hope that they're not gaining, like a bunch of life afterwards. Yeah, I guess that's the best thing for me to be doing. So yeah, hopefully this is enough to win the game afterwards. If they have another Fulfill the Contract, I'm looking at having to push 7 damage yeah, that's another Fulfill the Contract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're up to 8 again, but I'm still 1 off unless I draw something useful. Nope, I'm still 1 off. Or am I? Yeah, I'm still 1 off. Are they just trying to hardcast a June? Can I beat a hardcast a June right now? No, I can't. Alright, I think the best thing for me to do here, or they're down to 7. Yeah, smack them down to 6 or smack them down to 4 and hold up stuff. Yeah, swing with everything and just pass and hope that they're out of stuff. I feel like they're like this is going to be hard cast June for me. No, Thearchus, that's fine. Yeah, that doesn't affect. They only have one thing they can flip that actually gains life, and if they flip it, I'm actually fine because then I get to push damage again. Okay, that's just a profane emissary. Do they have a way to get a demon in play? If they have polypools in hand, then that would suck for me. Right? Why is Shinrai a demon? Okay, well, yeah, I need to deal with the big profane emissary now. Can I get past that thing? Or actually, no, I'm actually fine. Yeah, Scorch Face, point Rogards at Shinrai, and that lets me get lethal. All right, cool. That was way too close, actually. But yeah, like this, I think this always works out for me. Like the countless block here, but then I Scorch Face. Yeah. All right. Last card, Prescience. Lamau. Yeah, GG. If I drew Prescience earlier this game, I think this would actually been bad for me. I could have actually, yeah, right, it's 5 damage to face. I could have just done that instead. Alright, so I want to bring in Sib's cost. I mean, Sib's cost that game would have dealt 5-ish damage. Yeah, maybe I don't need to blow up Monument. I mean, they didn't get Monument, but like maybe I don't need to blow up Monument, so I just go with this instead. I should go down Prescience Sids. I don't like. I managed to win that game without Prescience. If I'm bringing out Presciences, I think the only thing I board in is Flame. I could board in more Basalt Charms, but do I need Basalt Charms in this matchup? I think like getting 2 Presciences in a row would really suck for me, so I guess I go with 2 Presciences only, and then hope that this boarding strategy works out. Like, Flaming Point, what? So they go turn to Monument, I untap and blow it up? That's still not a good exchange for me, right? Yeah, I guess I don't need Flaming Point, and I'll just bring back the Basalt Charms. I mean, technically it also blows up Serafina's gift. Is that good for me? I'm not sure. Well, yeah, you know what? Whatever. I'll go with this. I really don't know what I'm doing here. And this hand has stuff, so I keep. Although this hand would have been a lot better on the play, but like I guess it's fine. They only start on turn 2 anyways, so this is basically me being on the play. So if they go like they're playing a 2-drop at the Monument. If they put down Profane Emissary end of turn, that's extremely bad for me. Yeah, I swing here. And they're going to trade, seems like. Oh, okay, well, I guess Exhilarating Prescience is live now. And they're also not going to do end of turn Profane Emissary, which is quite good for me, because that was the thing I was most scared of. So now, Flaming Point Technique will randomly deal 6 damage if Firehearth House ever manages to connect, and I ever manage to draw Flaming Point Technique. Flight 1, okay, yeah, that's annoying, but that's fine. Like, I can't beat a Whiterun Ordainer because I did put the Presciences into my deck. Now I just need to draw them eventually. Do I try to clear out the Whiterun Ordainer right now? They could have something to drop in. Like, they can Monument in something and kill in the suitor that way. Oh, I can just keep this guy back, but is that good for me? Because I'm just passing. This deck's fine with passing. They probably don't have end of turn Profane Emissary because if they had that, they would have dropped it the previous turn. So I think it's safe to try to clear away for suitor and just let it trade with whatever comes down. I don't have Prescience in hand right now, so maybe that's a losing play for me. Yeah, I have Firehearth Halls technically, so maybe that thing can swing for a bit. And I have 2 removal spells, so that I get to blow up 2 things from their hand. Rogar's Yammet will randomly also blow up 1 more thing from their hand. I want Rogars to actually hit something useful, though. Do I need Rogars to hit something useful? Like, if I pass here, what's the worst thing they can drop in? Shinrai, maybe, and then they get to get this guy back. I mean, if they do end up turn Shinrai, they still get to get this guy back anyways. Yeah, whatever. I guess this could be too greedy, but I'm just going to go for it. Just to, like, force them to do stuff, because playing 2 passive is, like, something that could be a problem for me. Alright, what are you going to put in to block this thing? They're not going to put in anything to block it. Okay, now I'm worried about end of turn Profane Emissary. Like, end of turn Shinrai, that gets back Whiterun Ordainer. So, like, technically I could have held back Firehearth Halls, but they just sack that and swing again anyways. But this does end up getting through more damage. I mean, if they're just going to spend the entire game replaying Whiterun Ordainers, I think I'm fine, because eventually I'll get my Prescience back, and then, like, then I get to do stuff or something. Although, suitor might actually kill myself faster than it kills them. I guess this is the one scenario where I kind of wish I kept a Rogar's back in the back, because then I could have like I can use up Rogar's right now to hit Shinrei and kill Whiterun, but do I need to do that? If I do that, I only have one more removal spell left, which is not enough for whatever they're doing. And this plan would have worked out way better for me if I like had Prescience in hand right now, but I don't, so I can't go for the Prescience plan. So then I don't really know what else I'm doing here. Because a reprised Scorch doesn't... Rogar's reprised onto Scorch, so what, I blow this thing up, blow this up? Yeah, like it doesn't do much. That's the main problem here. And also doesn't let me get Rikiri Dissident down. I mean, yeah, I can just Scorch this and then play out Rikiri Dissident just as a blocker. Dissident doesn't do much, that's a problem. You can always just keep playing things down from hand, and I can't really do much against that. Maybe I just let Shinrei stick and play. No, I can't let stick and play because they're just going to keep looping Whiterun Ordainers, and I can't beat that unless I draw Prescience, which I don't have in hand right now. I definitely got too greedy with me using up Storm Surge there. Like, if I just held on to Rogar's Gambit, maybe my opponent would play differently, so maybe that doesn't matter. Because if I held on to Rogar's, then I mean, they probably would have still done the same thing, but then I actually get a board clear and still have 2 Scorches left over. Yeah, I think this just didn't work out for me. Well, I mean, I hope that they have nothing more threatening than a Shinrei, because I'm using a Push Scorch on it, and I'm just going to play a long game here. I'm not going to bother attacking right now. I need to save Scorch for like something that actually threatens me. Oh, I guess that's fine. So this like, if they swing, are they going to swing out? They could have another Shinrei, and in which case, that's really bad for me. Shinrei also gets back Apostle technically, so that's something I need to worry about. They could just play Praxis right now. That's a mountain. That's not Prescience. I really need the Prescience. Well, do I just hold everyone back? They're going to win the game if I just don't do anything, but I don't have anything I can do here. I mean, Fireheart swing. They're just going to block here, and they don't get punished for that. So like, they're always going to do that. I can swing out, but that doesn't do anything. My other plan here is to hold back everything and hope to drop Prescience. Is that a better plan than whatever I'm doing right now? I'm actually not sure what I'm doing right. Yeah, I don't think I have a better plan right now. Like, I need to Rogar's clear that doesn't work. Yeah, I think I'll just go with my backup plan of try to drop Prescience. Cage here. Okay, that's actually fine, right? Technically you can reanimate Aberrant Apostle, which blows up my Prescience if I ever get one. They're just going to pass. I mean, technically I also lose. Yeah, like, Suitor is going to kill me faster than it kills them. Brazen Sacrilege. Does that do anything for me? Okay, so that... I'm never getting through combat damage, so I can discount that from ever happening. The Brazen Scorch Rogar's is 1, 2, 2, 6, 7. That's 7 damage to face. That's my win con. Okay, so actually I have... Yeah, I just keep waiting. If I ever draw Civilization's cost, that thing will be able to deal 6 damage by itself. And that will be lethal with these guys' help. Alright, I'm just going to keep waiting. They have fulfilled the contract, so they could just blow out my plan with some combination of... Oh, well, that's another Whiterun Ordainer. I feel like my plan would have worked way better if I had like Neon Claw Knight in play, because then at least that thing is generating extra damage. And they're finally going to start swinging, I guess. I can't really allow this thing to die because it gets back Shinrei, and then like Shinrei just loops and I lose to that. They're just going to swing with this. Interesting. I have 4 to take right now. Like, whatever I trade here is just going to... If I ever block, I'm just going to... Both guys are just going to die. Is that a good exchange for me? No, not really. It's going down to 7 going to hurt me. It prevents me from doing some good plays if Rikiri doesn't die. Like, what? So my game plan here is to just try to go nuts with Prescience if I draw it, right? Or I mean, my secondary plan is to Liv's cost and try to blow them out that way. I don't think either of my plans works right now. I don't think any of my plans matters, or I don't think these guys matter at all right now. But if I clear my own board, they're just going to block here, and then, yeah. I mean, technically I can Brazen here, but that doesn't help. They just swing it. Like, if I don't block here, they swing in next turn and die. If I do block here, I guess I'll just keep back everything again. I think they're just going to keep holding Enopraxis in hand. Oh, that's Flaming Point technique. Huh. Yeah, this would have been a lot better like earlier, but did I forget? Yeah, I forgot to take. Like Fire Hearth Halls, Swing with Flaming Point, they're just going to block and it doesn't work out for me. I think 4 to keep waiting. Okay, what am I hoping to draw if I keep waiting? Because Civ's Cost doesn't do it anymore either. And I don't exactly have infinite time right now. I mean, kind of do, but not really. You can just keep putting down stuff. Profane Emissary. They don't have a demon yet, so it's not the worst thing in the world. No, they just fetch Polyp Pools and I die. I mean, they gain 4 more life, and that puts my burn combo out of reach even more. And yeah, that's Polyp Pools. I guess technically I could brazen this Profane Emissary, but would that have helped at all? They're swinging out. Yeah, I guess that this is about the time I should just use up my guys to trade. And there's no point in doing anything. On Firehearth Halls, does that do anything for me? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so right now, I think I just lose. Can I prevent myself? I can do Firehearth Halls Flame Point technique, which blocks for Flame Emissary, kills it. That doesn't work out for me. Like Brazen Face, Scorch. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I think I was just really banking on drawing either Civ's Cost. Although Civ's Cost is still like not good enough at this point. But I was just really banking on either Civ's Cost or some form of prescience. Maybe I should have gone up to 3 presciences then if I was really banking on getting prescience to win this game. But now I guess I do. Do I have any outs right now? No, I don't. Do I just like concede here? Probably, but okay. So the plan here is they need to swing out, and I need to 1, 2, 3, 4. So swinging out means I die. They're going. Oh, never mind. They just fetch the June and I die. And like I don't think they're ever going to. Yeah, these guys are enough to kill me, so they're never going to swing with these guys. So my Fire House can never land a hit. You get Chain Rate instead. Interesting. Oh yeah, I guess they can't cast a June just yet. But now like I have to use up my braids. Oh, they swing out. Okay, that's they can just drop in stuff close mine. Well, I need to use up a braids in here, which is not something I prefer, but I guess that's fine. Can they just keep route? So route cage returns from hand. Okay, so that you can still do stuff after that. But yeah, I guess that doesn't work then. Alright, I go down to 1. Oh, they Shinray it. Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, I'm still not dead yet, technically. But now they have a blocker for Firehearth Hall's Flame Point. Not that it would have done anything anyways. I wonder if there's a way in their deck to randomly deal 1 damage to me. Not that it matters right now, but I'm just curious. And that's a Scorch. No, Scorch, Brazen, Rogars. How much would that have done? Because technically, I guess I could have animated Firehearth and Flame Point technique it instead of using a. Oh, maybe I should have done that instead. Yeah, probably should have done that instead. Huh. I mean, it wouldn't have been enough, but like Brazen, Scorch, Rogars, 2, 6, 10, 13. Like 13 damage from hand is pretty good. That's half their life if that ever worked out. But yeah, I'm pretty much dead here, so unfortunately, that ends my GP run. I mean, I did roll not a great matchup. I think the matchup actually ends up being better than it looks for me, just because of how powerful like Depression's plan is. Because if I like drew Prescience in game 3 and also played the game slightly better, I could have just used up all my removal on their creatures and then tried to go the distance with Prescience. I think that turn. Okay, well, I guess we can just look at the. Can I kick them? I can't. All right, well, but they left the game, so we can look at replays now. I should make the tabs automatically focus when you open them because this is getting annoying. But yeah, like in my last game, I think so. Actually, in game 1, I didn't have a chance, right? Like I just got screwed over. Yeah, there was no way for me around this, right? I mean, I did get a pretty decent start, but then they did end step monument into profane into fetching a demon, and I burned 2 removals on that, right? Or I burned a removal or a burn spell plus an amplify function on it, which I mean actually ended up working out somewhat. Or then they also misplayed by blocking Aberrant Impasto on the Double Striker. But then after that, I just drew a bunch of lands in a row, and my opponent, yeah, and then I just lost. And game 2 went pretty well, so I won't talk about that. I mean, but there is something I could have done differently in game 2, even though I won that. I think there was Probably something I could have done differently. Was this the game where I turned to Ricky's? Okay, so they did have both of them in hand. So if I didn't do anything, if I didn't play Ricky's this turn, they probably would have just Satrapy cycled. Or what if what they have an Apraxia with my guy? Actually, yeah, probably because they have these fulfilled contracts, so they don't need to be miserly with the removal. They could just burn all my guy or kill all my guys. But I still ended up winning because yeah, I got good draws, and they mostly didn't get good draws. But yeah, game three is probably the one where my plays were the weirdest. Like this turn mostly. I had the option of just not doing anything here, right? I could have just held back all my guys and just passed because then like I hope that they monument in a two toughness guy. Okay, so I guess this would have been bad if they had end of term Profane Emissary, right? No, this would still have worked out all right if they had that. I mean, I just missed out on some damage, but I think like at this point I wasn't fully on the Prescience plan, but I'm pretty much on the yeah, I was pretty far on the Prescience plan actually because this amount of damage is not going to win against this much of life plus this board state. I guess I was just really hoping to drop Prescience here, and so I was just playing in a way, but I was still trying to push damage. So I guess doing this half and half sort of play is what got me in this really bad situation. Because if I was fully on the Prescience plan, I should have just held back all my guys and held back my removal. And then like next turn because like yeah, if they just monument in Shinrei and then sack Whiterun and Swan and then replayed Whiterun, or no, they would have had, or would they have replayed Whiterun, or would they have kept it in hand? No, they probably would have replayed Whiterun, I think, or at least one of their other creatures. So then that allows me to get allows me to trade 1 for 1 with both Storm Surge and Rogar's Gambit, and then the turn afterwards, like I mean what? So that means that I have one extra Scorch to deal with whatever comes down. So like assuming this board state, I would have to Scorch this and did it. I don't think I would have wasted a Scorch on these guys. Yeah, I guess there wasn't really. I mean, I guess I could have used Brazen to like clear up more. I think I was just super reluctant to use Scorches on Whiterun Ordainers and these guys too. So I was just passing turn after turn. Maybe that. I mean, that was certainly not a winning play, but I'm not sure what exactly I'm supposed to be doing in this situation. Like technically, I could Scorch Whiterun Ordainer and swing, but then so they get to use this guy to kill both my guys. And then what? I have Firehearth House left, and they have 3 cards in hand. I don't think I was winning if I did that, unless I drew Prescience, I guess. But if I was relying on drawing Prescience, then it would be better for me to just not attack and just keep all my guys and hope for Prescience top deck. I mean, even if I got Prescience, I guess they could have just done an Apraxia's grab Aberrant Apostle and then monument it in and blow up Prescience, so it wouldn't have worked out anyways for me. So I don't think there was a way for me to win here. I'm pretty sure I've already lost the game at this point, but I guess like if a person who was playing more aggressively, or a person who was playing Burn's World would still probably be using up their burn spells at this point, even though they can't win, because that's what burn is supposed to do, but I just held. Which, I mean, I don't think it changed the outcome of the game, but definitely made me look really weird when playing, because, I mean, there's like several turns where I just don't use up my burn spells, even though I was losing on board. The game was quickly slipping out of my control, not that it was in my control in the first place, but yeah. I mean, I guess this deck did perform quite well. I mean, it's not like this deck. I don't think it's a surprise that this deck performed relatively well because it's burn. Like, what else did you expect? I mean, like it did. I think Find Greater Purpose is still. Well, I mean, I didn't really make use of it. Oh, I made use of it in that one game where I lost. So, but yeah, I just don't like Find Greater Purpose in this deck, even though, but maybe it's still good. I also end up trimming it like the first card in a lot of sideboard situations because I don't like this card. So of course it's going to be the first card I trim. But maybe that's incorrect, or maybe Gal's wrong. I'm not sure who's wrong here. I'm not good enough at analyzing this game to figure out if Find Greater Purpose is good or not. I mean, it's just, what I cut a Civilization's cost plus some other stuff. What did I actually cut for this card? Oh, some Storm Surges, right? Maybe I should just go back to the build without Find Greater Purpose, which is basically the same build, sans 3 cards. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sideboards felt pretty decent. I mean, like, I don't think there's really that many cards to consider for a sideboard. After Void Pillar got nerfed, then it's just Veil Munch for creature matchups, even though it's not that great for creature matchups. Like, Hatchels already wrecks them, and yeah, Hatchels already wrecks any matchups that has X1s, so like, you don't really need Veil Munch, but and a lot of the times you're doing turn one, blow up their one drop, so like Metal Munch doesn't even get full value half the time, but like maybe it's good. Lane point technique, I mean it's one of the few instants in this deck, so I really appreciate having an instant speed interaction card in this deck. And again, like it has a potential to randomly deal 6 damage with Fire Hearth Halls, even though it never got to pull it off. And Civ's cost is whatever, like Civ's cost is good probably in the matchup where it's good in. 5 presences might be too much, or 4 presences still might be too much now that I think about it. Like, because in a lot of matchups, I still only brought in 3 presences because, like, drawing too many presences is a thing that I need to worry about. So bringing in all 4, so like I'm reluctant to bring in all 4. So maybe I should just cut down back to 3 again. Like, is there even in the matchup where presences was super? Well, actually, did I? I guess I can't check the boarding decisions in the replays, and I don't want to rewatch one of my videos in the middle of recordings. But I think in the game against Villainy, I did board in all 4 presences, but that's because Villainy has literally no ways to deal with prescience, and prescience was my like win con, and then I got screwed over by getting some or by prescience flipping a bunch of presciences in a row. So yeah. But like against clerics, where prescience plus burn spells is my game plan, I still only had 3 presciences, right? Because I couldn't really afford to bring all 4 because then if my hand gets clogged by presciences, then I lose the early game. I don't remember. I think I only brought in 3. And Shikai's dealt. Like this thing is strictly just very macabre. I'm never going to be able to make use of the colorless mana, right? Well, mostly I won't be able to make use of colorless mana, so I shouldn't really consider it as a mana source. I guess if I'm super desperate, I need to reprise something, then I can use it as a mana source, but it's mostly just very macabre, and I did not run into graveyard decks this GP, so whatever. But yeah, hopefully I find a different deck to play next GP, because I don't want to keep playing Burn. I mean, like, this deck's solid, but I don't like playing a deck where the fate of my match, like, where the fate of my winning or losing depends on how well my draws lines up against my opponents, and then also having matchups where I just kind of just lose and being terrified of life. Actually, no, I'm not terrified of life gain now with the Prescience game plan, but I am still terrified of tempo decks or decks that play main deck removal that can deal with Prescience plus my creatures, because then my Prescience plan doesn't work when the cards that are already good against me start blowing up my backup plan. But yeah, that's enough talking, so hopefully I'll see you next GP.